You're not broke because you don't make enough money.
You're broke because you keep spending like it doesn't matter. Rich people, they avoid the dumb stuff you throw your paycheck at every month. So here's the truth. If you want to build wealth, stop buying this crap. Let's go. Everyone thinks rich people are out here making millions a year. But what you don't see is the stuff they don't spend money on. Because that's the secret, not just how much you earn, but how little you waste. If your wallet's bleeding out every month, you'll never get ahead. So let's fix that. Number 1, brand new cars. Let me guess. You just signed a 6-year loan on a shiny ride you deserve. Here's what rich people know. A new car drops 15 to 20% in value the second you drive it off the lot. That's like lighting $5,000 on fire for the privilege of having a touchscreen and new car smell. Smells like bad decisions. Rich people? They buy used. 2-3 years old. Let someone else eat the depreciation. They care more about value than vanity. Meanwhile, you're paying interest on a depreciating liability, not an asset. If you're working a $40,000 job and driving a $40,000 car, you're not successful. You're leveraged. And the kicker? That car owns you. The payment, the insurance, the stress, all for a flex no one remembers. You want financial freedom? Start by driving something below your ego level. Next, emotional spending. That treat yourself attitude, that's poverty thinking dressed up as self-care. Bad day, you shop. Feeling stressed, you buy something stupid. Guilty pleasure becomes a monthly habit, and suddenly you're broke and confused. Where did all my money go? You spent $90 on candles and hoodies last week. Rich people don't buy to feel better. They build habits to actually get better. They recognize when they're bored or overwhelmed, and they don't swipe their way through emotions. Because emotional spending is like fast food, quick, addictive, and leaves you feeling worse after. If your first reaction to stress is add to cart, you're not in control. Your emotions are. And that's how broke stays broke. Let's talk about food. If you're eating out more than twice a week and still claiming you're broke, I've got news. You're not broke. You're just reckless. Every drive-through coffee, late-night Uber Eats order, or $17 Chipotle bowl adds up. You're not just buying food. You're buying time, laziness, and overpriced convenience. Rich people meal prep. They budget groceries. They don't live in restaurants. They understand this. $300 a month on takeout. That's a Roth IRA contribution. That's 2 months' rent. That's peace of mind. Meanwhile, you've got people with overdraft fees ordering steak through DoorDash. Make that make sense. Want to save thousands this year? Learn to cook. Make a grocery list. Freeze leftovers. It's not hard. It's just not fun. But it works. Number 4, entertainment overload. Netflix, Disney+, Hulu, Prime, Crunchyroll, PS Plus, Spotify Premium. You've got them all. You're broke, but your subscriptions are balling. You're not consuming content. Content is consuming you. Rich people don't waste hours watching strangers live out dreams on screen. They use that time to sharpen skills, network, build businesses, or create income streams. You're stuck in the loop. Wake up, work, binge, repeat. And then you wonder why nothing's changing. Look, an episode here and there, fine. But if you know every plot twist of every show on 5 platforms and still live paycheck to paycheck, that's a problem. Time is your most valuable currency. If you waste it, you lose. Period. Let's talk about payday loans. Because if you've ever taken one, you already know it felt like a rescue until it became a sentence. You borrowed $300 to survive. 2 weeks later, you owe $375. Can't pay it back? Roll it over. Pay the fee again. Now it's $450. Welcome to modern-day financial slavery, all for a couple $100. And here's the kicker. You don't get out of this by making more money. You get out of this by making better decisions before it gets that bad. Decide today to stop feeding the trap. Build even a tiny emergency fund. Stop borrowing from loan sharks dressed as help. Because that $300 loan will cost you thousands if you let it. And that's a debt you'll carry long after the money's gone. Last one, spending to impress. You buy stuff you can't afford to impress people who aren't even watching. New shoes, designer hoodies, flashy watches, fake status. Meanwhile, your savings account has $12 in it. Rich people don't show off. They build off. They put money into businesses, investments, assets, not Gucci belts and overpriced AirPods Max. You're chasing status. They're chasing freedom. Big difference. That $400 flex, it'll get a like on Instagram and zero ROI. You'll be broke in silence, but at least you got a comment that said fire emoji. If your self-worth is tied to what you wear, you're always going to stay broke. Start dressing like you have a plan, not like you're trying to hide one. So there it is. 6 things rich people avoid like the plague, and 6 traps keeping everyone stuck. You don't need to make more. You need to stop spending like a clown. Change the habits, change the results. Want more no BS real money advice? Subscribe, like the video, and if you're ready to stop being broke, this channel is for you. This is simple sense, and we don't sugarcoat anything.